Good evening and welcome to the RS Media live commentary of Portsmouth versus Plymouth Argyle live at Home Park. We have Steve Ayres co-commentating and we have Portsmouth's own John, Portsmouth FC Westwood, joining us tonight. So good evening, Steve. How are you?
All right. Nice to see you again. And hello, Pompey John. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. And you, mate? Yeah, doing good. Looking forward to tonight. Definitely. Close one. It'll be a close one.
Yeah, it will be. Both teams are going well this season. We're going well away from home, and I think you've got a good home record. So, it's one of those games where it could go either way. It's exciting. It's a naval port game, but two naval cities. It's not what I'd class as a derby by any stretch of the imagination, but there's always been a rivalry, and it's good to have the rivalries in football because it adds that extra, bit to the game.
Go on. Go on.
But like I say, it should be a really exciting game. But both teams going well.
Good evening, John. Hope you're okay.
Good evening.
And looking forward to this game.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. It's an important game for both of us. We're going well away. You're going well at home. It's set up for a good game.
All right. We're having a little bit of technical issues again, but we'll sort that.
Okay.
Doing that. I'll run you through the teams quickly, starting with the home team, which is Plymouth Argyle. So in goals, Mike Cooper. Number 2, Callum Watts. Number 4, Will Aimson.
Right, just bear with us a minute. We will get right back. I'm just going to jump in whilst he sorts everything out to kind of keep the stream running a little bit. But yeah, so we've got the two lineups.
We're soldier on.
Yeah. I know Ryan was going to run you through the two lineups, so I'll do that briefly now. It won't be through any order, in any order, only the order that I've got. So in goal is Cooper. They've got Aimson, Apoku, Watts, Edwards, Pereira, Camara, Forner, Mayer, Cooper, Nubley, and Hardy. The subs for Plymouth are Wooten, Canavan, Telford, Reeves, Grant, McCormick, and Abraham. And then the Portsmouth side, I'm going to hopefully get these names right, is McGilveray, Johnson, Raggett, Nicolason, Pring, Naylor, Close, Harness, Cannon, Williams, and Marquis. And the subs are Downing, Watmore, Harrison, Morris, Hawula, and Bass, and then Manoga as well. That is the Portsmouth lineup with our bench as well there, and hopefully Rye's back now. I just thought I'd jump in to keep the stream, going a little bit whilst he was having a few issues there. So I'll jump out and I'll bring it back up again.
Mute yourself.
So yeah, good evening, everyone. Sorry about that. We had a few technical issues. We're sorted now as the game's about to start.
Yeah, pitch is looking amazing, Ryan. I've just seen them. They're out warming up. They're just about to kick off in a minute. And pitch is looking very, very good for a November pitch. Not as marked, a blemish on it. So it'll probably be a fast rolling pitch because that's what Argyle like to play on. Very wet, watery pitch. And they've just kicked off.
Yeah. And it's with Pompey's defence, and they've just played it straight out. And it's an Argyle throw-in, which George Cooper at left wing back will take. And Pompey have it in the middle of the park. literally, with Johnson. It's now out to the right-hand side, where it is Johnson out on the right-hand side, not on the left. It's left back is Pring. It's just been played forward, but Argyle have cleared it, and it is with Panucci Kamara. It's back with Will Aimson, who's just hoofed it straight into the Pompey half for Craig McElvery to pick it up on his left-hand side. He's just rolled it out to the centre-back in number 15, which is Rasmus Nicolason. It's now with Nicolason again. He's played it to the right back. Sorry, I'm really struggling. Callum Watts is just cleared it upfield towards Danny Mayer. Danny Mayer has just fouled his man there. Could have been a bit of a foul, but Ryan Williams did make the most of it.
Yeah. Frantic start from both teams. I see Pompey playing it well right at the back, trying to keep the ball. And I don't know, who was it who caused the foul?
It was Danny Mayer.
Danny Mayer was a bit too quick in with it. Oh, ball's just gone into the box now. Pick back up. I'll pass you back to Ryan.
And Mike Cooper has just grabbed it from quite comfortably in the air, and he's just rolled it out to the right-hand side where Joe Edwards is, who's just played it back to Will Aimson, and it's now back with Mike Cooper, who's now just played it out to the left-hand side where Callum Watts is, and now he's played it diagonally to George Cooper, and George Cooper's pass was blocked by Portsmouth, but Danny Mayer picked it up and played it to Will Aimson. Will Aimson's now found Frank Newbale, Panucci Kamara, Jerome Poku, Callum Watts driving forward. He's put it through a gap.
Great ball. Go on.
And it's Ryan Hardy just having a bit of a spell. He's just had a little pass, and Ryan Hardy lost it to McElvery, but George Cooper had it, and then Portsmouth do break. It is with Johnson. But Argyle do put good pressure on, and Frank Newbell has put good pressure down that left-hand side. Well, right-hand side, actually. But Argyle have just won a free kick just inside the Portsmouth half.
Yeah, that was a great chance for Argyle. Lovely through ball. Tried to go around the keeper. Hardy, I think it was Hardy, yeah. Did a little bit too much, and then obviously played it back, and the ball was gone, the chance was gone. But yeah, good game so far.
Yeah, so it's now back with Argyle in the defence. Callum Watts has just played it to Frank Newbell. Panucci Kamara making a big step up he was this season, but Joe Edwards has just lost the ball. Portsmouth are now on the attack with Ryan Williams, who's just fed it through, but Will Aimson's there to clear. It's back with Portsmouth. The camera quality is not the best there, but Portsmouth have just had a chance there. And Argyle have just cleared it upfield, but it's gone out for an Argyle Portsmouth throw-in on the left-hand side, just inside Portsmouth's half, in front of Ryan Lowe and his backroom staff. Williams has just had the ball received to him from the Portsmouth defender there. The cameras are quite awful, but it's now with Johnson out on the right-hand side, but Kellen Watts has cleared it. It's George Cooper's just cleared it, and Portsmouth have had the first shot of the night coming from their number 7, Tom Naylor, the former Derby man. Argyle have just cleared it upfield now. Ryan Hardy's now got the ball. Is he going to do Ryan Hardy things like he does? No, he loses his ball, but it's back with Craig McElvery, the young Portsmouth goalkeeper that they've got. But now it's just a free kick to Portsmouth.
Yeah, right. Just going back to that shot before the last one. Williams played a lovely ball through. It was crossed in. Luckily, number 2 for Argyle, which is Callum Watts, was lovely and close on Marquis and stopped him getting that final foot in. So we've got to stay close to him because Marquis can be dangerous and will be dangerous.
And Argyle are doing really well with the ball. It's with Will Aimson, who's just played it out to Callum Watts out on the left-hand side, back to George Cooper. Callum Watts has just got it. George Cooper through Danny Mayer. George Cooper's crossed it, but it's blocked. But he's got a second chance of it. He's played it back to Danny Mayer, who's whipped one in, and it's straight into the hands of Craig McElvery, the Portsmouth goalkeeper.
Argyle's first shot of the game. It was a very soft one. It was curled in more of a cross than a shot and went too far over the head of Hardy and into the keeper's gloves. 0-0.
But Argyle do have it back. Panucci Kamara, very strong defensive midfielder, just plays it back to Mike Cooper. The first year of his first team, but Argyle have just had the ball in the opposition's half, and Ryan Hardy's been flagged up for offside, which I think is the correct call, because Frank Nublet does actually flick this on, and he is offside. So yeah, the correct decision there.
So yeah, very nice to see Nublet back in the team. Obviously because Jeff Cott's away on international duty with Wales. Oh, what's happened? It looks like it's going to be a goal kick now. So goal kick for Cooper and Argyle. Yeah, so Ryan Hardy, we could just say 7 goals in 9 appearances, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, it was a free kick for a foul there, but Argyle do have it with Will Aimson. Jerome Opoku there plays it to Callum Watts on the left side. Danny Mayer. Danny Mayer's looking to go forward. He's just gone to the left side where George Cooper is. He's just played it back to Callum Watts. Panucci Kamara. Callum Watts. Jerome Opoku. Panucci Kamara there. Nice turn. Oh, nice. Great turn there. And he's just played it out to Will Aimson, but the referee has pulled it back for a free kick, which Jerome Opoku has just took. Played it to Callum Watts. Danny Mayer's received it from the young Newcastle lad. Jerome Opoku's just played it to Will Aimson, and Aimson's just played it down the right-hand side where Frank Nublet's in after a deflected cross. And it's a goal! Plymouth Argyle have took the lead! 1-0! And I think it was a deflected effort off the young centre-back from Portsmouth. I think it took a deflection off of Raggett, but Argyle now take the 1-0 lead.
20, number 20. Yeah. Yeah, lovely bit of skill there from Nube. Had two defenders round him, didn't panic. He took it in a bit further, crossed the ball in. I think he was looking for Hardy in the back post there, but it come off a ragger and heavy deflection and went over in the goal. 1-0 Argyle.
Get in. Come on. Great start that, but Pompey have just gone down the right-hand side, but they're flagged off up for offside. That was great bit of play there down the right-hand side. It's now with Mike Cooper, Will Aimson. He's just played it down the right-hand side again, but it's been cut out by the Portsmouth midfielder. It's hard to see the numbers because the shirts numbers are quite not that clear. I mean, if you know the player, then you'd understand. But Argyle do bring it back, bring it out with Frank Nuble, but it's been cut out by Portsmouth in there, just inside their half. It's been played back to Raggett, who's just played it out to Johnson. Now it's with Raggett. Now it's with McElvery, who's just kicked long, and there's a tussle for it from Jerome Poku, but he has conceded a foul there. And Portsmouth just took that free kick down that right-hand side. They go. And they're playing it around quite nicely, actually. But Callum Watts has just won Argyle a throw-in after a collision with the Pompey right winger, but he won it fairly, and George Cooper is set to take this throw-in.
Yeah, great start. Both teams, really. I mean, yes, Argyle 1-0 up, but it's certainly not one-way traffic here. I mean, it looks like Argyle's favouring the left-hand side, going down the side using Cooper and Watts, where it looks like Pompey are switching, sometimes on the left, sometimes on the right. They're coming down the right now, actually. So I'll just quickly pass you back.
Yeah, Argyle just got it clear through Callum Watts again, who's playing really well. It's now with Danny Mayer, who's just run the ball out of play, I think. No, the linesman, the closest to him, said no, he didn't run it out, but it did look like he had then. But Argyle do have it back. George Cooper's just played it into Frank Nuble, but it's been it's now with Nuble, who's played it to Ryan Hardy, but he's lost control of the ball, and then he's tried to shove the player off the ball using a bit of strength, but Raggett, the Portsmouth defender, was a little bit too strong and actually did win his side a free kick.
Yeah, great strength there by Newbury. Absolutely brilliant. Two players in the middle. He took the ball down, he flicked it over, and unfortunately, it was just a bit of a tussle, and it was a free kick to Pompey.
Yeah, but Argyle do have it back. Oh no, they've just played it out through Will Aimson. So the left back for Portsmouth, which is Ben Pring, I think. No, it's Cameron Pring. But Argyle do have it back, and they've just won a throw-in after Argyle have a throw-ins. We can't. Oh, Joe Edwards has taken the throw-in. He's thrown it long. It's just misjudged Frank Nublet, but Portsmouth have just cleared it for another Argyle throw-in, which Joe Edwards will take. Joe Edwards with a throw-in here. He's played it into Frank Nublet, but he's lost the battle out. But Argyle do have it back, and it was there was a block there. Argyle do have it back again with Jerome Apoku on Callum Watts, Danny Mayer, Jerome Apoku, Callum Watts there. Panucci Kamara has just switched it out to the right-hand side where Joe Edwards was. And the referee has just given Portsmouth a free kick. The referee is Charlie Breakspear, a very experienced man in the middle for the game, which is the Battle of the Ports, not the the Dockyard Derby, because there's 200 odd miles between us.
Yeah, I know it's too early for stats yet, but Argo are currently up to 7th in the league, and they're one goal away from 6th in the league. So, and they're just about to take a free kick now. So here we go, Ryan.
Yeah, looks like George Cooper and Danny Mayer are over this. I'd favour a George Cooper whip in from the right-hand side. Yep, and he's whipped it in, and it's been cleared by the captain of Portsmouth, which is Tom Naylor. So Argyle have got themselves the first corner of the game. Will Aimson was close to it, but Tom Naylor outjumped him. George Cooper's just played this shot to Danny Mayer. George Cooper again. And he's just whipped it in, but it's gone past everyone in the box. But Panucci Kamara has picked it up. Therese Funar has just picked it out there. He's now played it. It's played to Callum Watts, who's played it out to the right-hand side, but it's a bit too long for everyone. And it's a goal kick to Portsmouth. What a ball that was. But Portsmouth do have a goal kick, as we've just found out that George Cooper did actually make 12 League 2 assists last season. Portsmouth do have it back. They're just hoofing it upfield. They're not building it around like they normally do. Panucci Kamara has just been bundled over, but it's been cleared. Oh, and it's a bit of head tennis here.
Yeah, a bit erratic.
But Craig McElvery's just played it to the right back Johnson, who's now played it to Portsmouth centre back there. Number 7's just got it, which is Ryan Williams. And Callum Watts has done really well there, and he's cleared it out for a throw-in to Portsmouth, quite deep into Argyle territory. But Johnson's got the ball here. Tom Naylor. It's now with Johnson, and it's cleared and by Callum Watts. But Portsmouth have got it back, but Nublet nearly intercepted the ball there from the Portsmouth defence. This is Marquis, and he's just bundled over a Argyle defender in the box. So Argyle have just won themselves a free kick. This is Harness. Oh, that Harness is a very good player.
Cannon. 14's Cannon.
Oh, Cannon. Sorry about that. It's number 14. That's Cannon. I mean, I'm not very good with Portsmouth because they're not my team, as everyone can see.
Yeah, just making that point, right. It looked like Newby was sort of doing some trickery on the ball, beating the player, and then Cannon got it and said, I'm going to do better now, and ran half the length of the pitch, went round two players, but it come to nothing in the end. But yeah, really good. Got a bit scrappy the last few minutes, I've noticed. Bit of head tennis going on. Just been cleared now by Portsmouth. And no, we won it back. I'll pass it back, Ryan.
Yeah, and Frank Newbley has just had a shot, and it's a great save there by Craig McElvery in the Portsmouth goal. I thought he'd buried that. I'd literally thought he'd buried that. It was Panucci Kamara or Therese Forner.
Oh, that was great.
It was good. Oh, it was Panucci Kamara. Good bit of play and great save that is from the Craig McElvery, but the ball's been whipped in. Didn't see who took it because the camera angle was not at them. But the ball has been whipped straight back into the Portsmouth danger area. But Danny Mayer has just picked it up. George Cooper, who's just lost out. He's done too much there. But Ryan Williams is running at the Argyle defence. And Argyle have got it clear. George Cooper has just whipped it down the left-hand side. And Ryan Hardy's there. And Craig McElvery slipped. But it just came off of Ryan Hardy. And it's a Portsmouth throw-in.
Yeah, what I've noticed though, Roy, is Portsmouth are playing very, very high up the field. Whether it's because they're trying to get a go back, I don't know. But they do leave themselves open. And that long ball over the top almost caught them out. The keeper had to come out to rescue him.
Yeah, good ball in by George Cooper, finding his man. It's now with, I think that's Ben Close there. Oh no, it's Cannon. But I think Portsmouth should have had a free kick there after Newbley. But it's with Ryan Williams on the right-hand side in front of the Lindar stand. But it's robbed by Danny Mayer. And Danny Mayer's in here. He's down the left-hand side. He's fed it back to Frank Newbley, who's just had a shot, and it's gone just wide. Just wide of the goal. But good bit of play there by Argyle there.
Yeah, it just seems that Argyle are a gear higher at the moment. Really quick to rob the ball, and then Mayer ran into the box with the ball. He didn't really have a shot because there was two defenders on him, so he played it off to Newbley, and Newbley fired it wide with the first shot. But yeah, looking really good at the moment, and let's hope it carries on. Great game.
Yeah, Mike Cooper's now got it here. The possession's been 50-50, which I would say is reasonable. Mike Cooper's just cleared the ball up pitch, and it's Panucci Kamara out to Danny Mayer. Callum Watts to George Cooper, who's found Danny Mayer, but it's too long. But Danny Mayer is hustling Riggott, the Portsmouth man, but the ball didn't go out of play, but the ball's just been sliced up the pitch, but it's now just Frank Newbley's there breaking down their defence. He's trying to force them. Well, he's forced them all the way back, and Portsmouth have just won themselves a throw-in right in their own half.
Yeah, Newbley's a real big bit of trouble at the moment. He's a strong lad, a very strong lad, and he really showed Pring what was happening there. Pring was going back and back and back, and in the end, he just managed to get it off Newbley for a throw in to Portsmouth. But I'll tell you what, he's a hard man to beat, is Newbley. Just gone back to the keeper now.
Yep. Argyle have got it back with Will Aimson, but the referee has just noticed there's a head injury. So the referee has done the right thing here, I think, in having a break in play. The injury is to...
I think it's Williams, but I'm not sorry.
It's not Ryan Williams. It looks like it's... No, it's... Yeah, John Marquis. He has landed quite heavily on his back. So I think he's back up on his feet. But Kenny Jackett's there giving them instructions.
Yes, one player they can afford to lose, isn't it? Really, Marquis is their danger man. I mean, they have other players that are danger men as well, but Marquis is the one. 7 goals this season in league matches. You know, you don't want to lose a player like that. Anyway, he looks like he's all right. He's carrying on, and Argyle have got the ball.
Yeah, Callum Watts just hoofs it down towards Frank Newbley, and Frank Newbley's putting him under pressure again.
Brilliant.
But Argyle lose it, but Danny Mayer picks up the ball, plays it to George Cooper.
Brilliant.
Danny Mayer's just found George Cooper again, but there's a throw-in to Argyle, which George Cooper will take. Argyle are very looking the decent side in this game. Yeah, so Cooper's just gone and got a fresh ball from the sidelines around the pitch. He's thrown it in, but George Cooper is just crossed it, and it's just gone narrowly wide.
So I've just actually been updated. Apparently, the goal was actually credited as an own goal, not actually to Newbley. So that's a bit of a shock, that one.
Yeah, it is a own goal because he didn't shoot or anything, but Portsmouth do have a goal kick, which Craig McElvery's just played upfield, but Argyle have just won it back again. Ryan Hardy on this left-hand side, George Cooper, Danny Mayer doing his tricks and steps, plays it to Ryan Hardy. He's found the Argyle captain tonight, Therese Fonar. And this Argyle team are looking so strength to strength. But the ball's just been played back to Jerome Opoku, who's just played it to George Cooper, who's just played it back to Jerome Opoku, but Jerome's had none of it and played it back to Mike Cooper. It's now with Will Aimson, who's just played it along to Jerome Opoku, who is actually playing in an unfavoured position as a central centre-back. He does actually normally play as a left-back. It's now with Opoku. It's now with George Cooper. But, oh yeah, Danny Mayer. Got a player wrong there. Johnson's just got the ball here for Portsmouth. And it's Portsmouth at the moment. It's just played it to Johnson. It's now with the Argyle defence with Jerome Opoku. And it's been cut out again, but Johnson's fed it down the right-hand side. And Ryan Williams has crossed it back to the Portsmouth midfielder, but he's looped it straight in, and it's been cleared by Argyle in the defence. But Frank Nuble's got it now, and he's just won Argyle a throw in.
Yeah, it's I've got a dog in my way at the moment, so see, live in the studio, got a dog as well. But yeah, Argo are definitely looking a better team at the moment. They actually had 5 shots on to Pompey's 1 shot. Yeah. So Marcus Harness, we haven't spoken about him. He's been pretty quiet this game. I actually think the best player for Pompey is just as Pompey. Oh, they had a chance to intercept, but it didn't happen. Yeah, I was just going to quickly say Williams is their biggest threat at the moment, right?
Yeah, Marcus Harness, who is a summer signing, they brought in the summer. He scored a hat-trick against his former club earlier on in the season, but George Cooper has the ball here for Argyle. He's played it out to Joe Edwards, and Joe Edwards has just played it into a Portsmouth player, but Portsmouth are not going anywhere. I don't think they're getting out of second gear here.
No.
But Argyle are pressuring them so much. I think, but Johnson's just played it into Marquis, but Marquis has fouled his man, and he has received the first yellow card in the game.
Yeah, I actually think that was a little bit harsh, really, because I didn't see what went on there. I'm just having a look at the replay now. He held the ball up. If anything, I thought it went the other way. Oh, and maybe because he stood on his ankle or something. I don't know. What do you think, Ryan?
I don't know. I'm looking at that again, and I thought it was a fair challenge. So, but Argyle did win the ball. So, Callum Watts has got it. It's now with Therese Fonar, who's the youngster from Nottingham Forest. George Cooper's in the centre of midfield there. He's played it out to the right-hand side where Joe Edwards is, but he's just played it all the way back to Ro Aimson. I think this is inviting a bit of pressure on from Portsmouth, but that pressure is showing that we can attack them. But George Cooper's just got it in the midfield there. Danny Mayer's now on the left-hand side. He's taken on Johnson, but he couldn't take him on, so he's passed it back to George Cooper, and George Cooper has just tried to curl it with his right foot, which is his unfavoured right foot, and it's just gone out for a goal kick.
Yeah, so many options there, Ryan. He didn't have to take that shot on, and it was high, wide, and handsome, wasn't it, really? Just like he is.
Yeah, George Cooper, one of my favourite players. I love him. He's got a great character, but Portsmouth do have it back with Riggott. It's now with Johnson. It's now down the line, but Jerome Poku's just made a mistake, but lucky enough, Will Aimson was there to clear it up, and he's just played it down the line, and Ryan Lowe's having a bit of a touch with the ball. But to be honest, he could afford to make that mistake because Will Aimson was there quick to actually pick up the mistake, the pieces. But Argyle do have it back with Callum Watts, George Cooper, who's just played it back to Jerome Opoku, who's on loan from Fulham. It's now with Will Aimson, who's having a very successful start to this season.
Brilliant ball.
George Cooper's just played it into Danny Mayer. So Will Aimson's having a very successful season after missing majority of last season with injury. But Callum Watts has just won the ball there. George Cooper, Danny Mayer, taking on the Pompey defence. He's played out to the left side where George Cooper just crossed it, and it's too long for anyone. So it's a throw in to Portsmouth where Cameron Pring will take.
Yeah, we're looking really impressive at the moment. And I don't know if we're making Pompey look bad or if they're not just turned up for the game at the moment. But we're certainly the team that's more likely to score at the moment again, you know, and some of the Pompey players have been very, very quiet, and it's quality players that you think would bring more to the game, you know. Anyway, I'm going to let you carry on with the commentary for a minute.
Yeah, Argyle had a throw in, and the camera wasn't even in the correct position. But Portsmouth do have a throw in. Oh no, it's a free kick that Cameron Pring will take. And he's just played it deep into the Portsmouth, the Argyle half. And it's now with Cannon, but Will Ameson's just picked up a bit of a knock there on his head. But the referees just ran straight to him to check. But he's fine. He's fine. He's picked up the knock before and he's carried on. So Portsmouth are going to take this throw in with Cameron Pring. It's now with Cat Williams, but Argyle do win it back, and Frank Nuble's got it here, but Ryan Williams there slid in and won the ball back for Portsmouth. But Portsmouth are being sloppy with the ball, and Frank Nuble's got it here. He's just crossed it, but it's just played straight out of play from the former Colchester United man. And it's gone out for a throw-in that Johnson will take down the right-hand side in front of the Lyndhurst if you're looking at it from there. But Johnson's just had his ball played, deflected up, but it was Panucci Kamara that time. But Argyle have won themselves a throw-in, and Ryan Lowe's actually telling them to calm down because he thinks that Argyle are playing the better football, which, in my opinion, they are playing the better football. But the ball has just been played upfield, but Portsmouth do have it back. And it's but George Cooper's just cut it out there, but he's just hoofed it straight down the pitch, which Craig McAlvery will pick up. Riggott there. Now back with Riggott. McAlvery. Riggott's got it there. It's just been played down the right-hand side, but Jerome Apoku has committed a foul here, I think. And I think that, Apoku's fouled John Marquis here, I think. So it's a free kick to Portsmouth in a very dangerous position. They could easily go for goal from here, where it's on the edge of the box to the left of their goal that Argyle are defending. The free kick is going to be taken here by Cannon, I think.
It's Pring. 23 Pring.
Oh, it's Cameron Pring that's taken it. He's whipped it in. It's gone to the back post, and I think that was a bit of a too long ball there by Cameron Pring there, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Yeah, Raggett couldn't get in front of Amerson, and it's a goal kick to Argyle. Mike Cooper just takes the goal kick, but Argyle have got the ball here, but no. Ryan Hardy's just fouled his man, but the referee allowed play to continue. So Johnson's just played it into Harness there. But Callum Watts is quick there to pick up the ball. But Frank Newblaze there picked it up. It's a bit of head tennis again there, but I think Argyle are making the most of this. I mean, Mike Cooper's now just got the ball in his box, or just outside of the box actually, but he's just got it and he's playing it back. So he's inviting the pressure from John Marquis, but he's picked it up now so that he can distribute it better.
Yeah, there just doesn't seem to be any final third from Pompey. The build-up's there, the passing's there. They play it around lovely between Harness and Williams, or Williams and to Marquis. But then just showed there, they played a ball over the top, and not one of the players were running in to intercept it. So they look a bit lost at the moment, and I think Jacket. I forget, Kenny Jacket is going to have some stern words at half time, because we got 3 minutes plus injury time, and Argyle are, I wouldn't say dominating, but they're certainly looking more comfortable on the ball, right?
Yeah, Ryan Lowe's there just playing the ball down the line because Argyle have just won themselves a throw-in. But Argyle are playing really well and very attacking football, which is what I like to see. But Argyle have got the ball here with Ryan Hardy. He's just played it to Therese Fournard, but lucky enough, there was a player behind, which was Callum Watts, who picked up the ball. But Danny Mayer's got it here. Danny Mayer's now looking to play it to Callum Watts, which he does, but it was a bit of a gingerly pass from Danny Mayer, but it's straight through to Craig McElvery in the Portsmouth goal. He's played it out to the right back, Johnson, Ryan Williams, who is the brother of former Middlesbrough man Rhys Williams. It's now with Portsmouth, but Will Ameson's just had the ball headed, and it's now with Portsmouth again. They're coming down the left-hand side now with Cameron Pring there. Or no, it's actually Harness, but Hardy is just intercepted the ball. Frank Newbley is on down the right-hand side. He knows how to run with the ball because he did play as a left winger, left forward for Colchester, and he's doing well to shield this ball from Cameron Pring, but Argyle have just won themselves a corner.
Yeah, great there. I mean, in the middle, Hardy won the ball and very cleverly saw Newby running on the wing, played it along to Newby. Newby took it all the way in, shielding it, stopping it. I don't know who it was who played it out in the end, but one of the Pompey players comes sliding in, and it's a corner to Argyle.
Yeah, corner to Argyle, which George Cooper is over, and he is taking this. He didn't even beat the first man. It was a low-driven corner, but it's gone all the way back to Mike Cooper in the Argyle goal, and we're into 2 minutes of added-on time, which I think is pretty fair after a few little niggles and knocks. But Portsmouth do have the ball here now, It's with Johnson on the right hand side. He's played it out to Ryan Williams, who's crossed it into John Marquis, but Argyle defence there was really tight. Cameron Pring's now whipping one back in. But the ball has just fell to Ryan Williams, who almost found a Pompey equaliser at the back post.
Yeah, as I said, Williams is looking their biggest threat at the moment. He had the ball right on the 6 yard there. He didn't really bring it down to control it. It came off his knee or his leg and just went across the go. But Cannon and Williams are looking their threats, and I think we need to mark him a little bit tighter.
But to be honest, I think Ryan Lowe's going to be the happier of the two managers, as Pompey have got the ball down the left-hand side. It's now with Tom Naylor.
Williams.
Oh yeah, it's Ryan Williams, who's shielded the ball out of play by Will Aimson.
Yeah.
So very well defended there by the former Bury man. He done really well there. I was really impressed with him there. I mean, Will Aimson, who hasn't played much football in his spell at Argyle, but he did well there. And that is the halftime whistle. We are going to have Steve take a little break. So
you're gonna bring
no full time. So halftime. It's currently Plymouth Argyle 1, Portsmouth 0. The goal was well worked by Argyle. It was credited to the Sean Ruggett, the Gillingham born. It was crossed in by Frank Newbley, but Sean Ruggett was there to deflect it into his own net. So I think it's been a good game for Argyle, in my opinion. I think that Pompey are edging it on possession, but we do have players that will push and push and push. We've got George Cooper, Frank Newbley, Ryan Hardy. We've got Joe Edwards on the right-hand side of the five at the back. We've got a great defence in Callum Watts, Jerome Mapoku, and Will Aimson. So I think Mike Cooper's done reasonably well. I mean, their best chance there just fell on the stroke of half time to Ryan Williams, who is a very good, talented player. I mean, I've seen him play a few times, and he is a very good player. And he misjudged the flight of the ball, and it went, luckily enough, it went out for a goal kick to Argyle for Mike Cooper to take. So there is some Premier League games coming up on RS Media this week, and one of the games that we'll be covering for definite is the Leicester City v Liverpool game. That will be covered by myself and one of the new commentators, maybe, hopefully, if one of them can. If they can't, then I'll be doing it on my own as a solo commentator, which I don't mind doing because it can be one of the most exciting games, because Liverpool are near the top of the league. Leicester are top of the league. So I think it could be a good game to watch. I'm going to try and get some of the Portsmouth players' names up so that I can try and actually have them on. But at the moment, Argyle are up to 7th. Portsmouth dropping down to 8th with 21 points from their first 11 games of the season. Portsmouth have played 12 and at the moment are on 20 points. Argyle do have a game in hand on Portsmouth and some of the teams around them. But I think the fair result at the moment. If anyone has any points on this, I mean, I did get a few people's replies on this earlier on in the game. I did get a Alfie Faithful. He said that Pompey had a few injuries with Ronan Curtis away on international duty. So he thought that most of the team would be made up of the bench players and he was going to go for a 1-1 draw. We had Albie Mullins, who said, my thoughts on are that it's always a tough game and a great game to watch, and I think we'll nick it with a 2-1, but will be a very good game. Could go either way, depends who comes out brighter. So thank you there to them too. We did have Aaron Newland, who is actually watching 4-0 written all over it on YouTube. He's thinking that it's going to be 2-1 Portsmouth, but he said both teams are in good form. Plymouth at home, Pompey away, should hopefully be fast, high tempo, few bookings. If both teams turn up, it'll be a classic. Plus, we have a good ref, plus it's on Sky. A Pompey win, 87th minute. So he's gone for that. That was Aaron Newland there. And we do have other people that will get involved in this in future. I mean, we do have John Portsmouth FC Westwood joining us at the end of the game, hopefully, after he had a few technical issues at the start, but he won't be happy at the moment with the way this has gone. But I'm really happy with this. Portsmouth have been very well played, but I think and Gary O'Neill, who is in the studio with Carolyn Flack, is saying that Argyle will be the better. Ryan Lowe will be the better. Will be the happier of the two managers, which is true. So we can have some good chances, but it's been a good half, I think, of football. And Steve is back, so we'll bring him back into the camera, and we'll let Steve have his thoughts on the game so far.
Yeah, well, I always knew it would be a close game. That's why it's only 1-0. It can go either way. Yeah, it only takes 2 seconds to score a goal. So Pompey aren't out of this by a long shot. But I think that Kenny Jackett will be having some stern words with the team, maybe trying to get them to gear up, maybe 1 or 2 gears, because they just haven't been on it. I mean, some of their players, which are influential players to the team, especially with their run of form recently, they've got a chance of losing their unbeaten away record if they don't pull their socks up. But people like Harness, he's hardly touched the ball. Marquis, I think he's had maybe one chance the whole game. It's people that I didn't think were going to do much. Not saying they're not very good players; they're all class players. But Williams and Cannon have been running in midfield from down the wings for him, and possibly even playing out of position to try and push Pompey forward. Or maybe it's just that Argyle are doing fantastic in defence at the moment. I've noticed it's not man-to-man marking, because I've noticed that Marquis was marked by Callum Watts to start with the match, and then halfway through the match, he was marked by Aimson. So it looks like they're switching rows and just keeping it fresh. But with Argyle, good on them. They're 1-0 up. And they seem to have more gears. They seem to have more drive. The passing and the switching play is absolutely fantastic. I'm really impressed with them. I don't think Hardy's done much, but maybe his road today is to try and make space for Newberry to come running through, or maybe he's a player on the pitch, so it's still good. I would like to see him get on the ball a bit more. It seems to be coming down the left a lot with Cooper and Kieran Watts, or it's a long ball being played through so Newblay can run onto it. And at the moment, I think it's going to be out of Newblay or Kieran Watts for my man of the match in the first half. I think they both played absolutely brilliant. But I knew Newbley would anyway. He's a strong player, and he always gives 100% whenever he plays. And that's why I'm confused, right, to why he's been kept out the side. Yeah, I know Jeff Cott is a fellow striker who's obviously away on international duty at the moment. But I still think that Newblay has the star quality, and that's why we signed him. What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, I can understand this. I mean, we've got 3 top quality strikers in the league. I mean, Newblay has just come in from Colchester in the summer. Ryan Hardy's been favoured to this stadium club for just over half a season now, because he did spend the end of last season with us until the season did curtail due to COVID-19. But I mean, Jeff Cott came back from a loan spell at Truro and got straight into the team, which back in January I thought was a bit rash, because I didn't think Jeff Cott was up to the standard of League Two football. But he proved me wrong. He actually went and scored goals in the matter of 8 games. So I think that's really good. And now he's currently Argyle's top goal scorer as a striker, with 5 goals in the league, which for me, for a youngster who went away to get some game time and he's now come back and he's proved to be a quality striker. He plays well with Ryan Hardy. Ryan Hardy does a lot of the runs off the ball, and obviously that creates the space for Jeff Cott. And I think that's what Ryan Hardy's doing for Frank Newblay. And I think that's why Frank Newblay's been given more of the ball this first half. And I honestly think that Frank Newblay's work rate is 10 times better than some of the players that we've had in the past. And I mean, we've got 3 top quality strikers, in my opinion: Ryan Hardy, Luke Jeffcott, Frank Newblay. As Ryan Lowe has said, he is playing Frank Newblay as a striker, which Frank Newblay, in his previous club at Colchester, he did play as a number 7, out on the wing, and it didn't give him much chances, but he did create a lot of space for his players. I mean, Fargo now he's running down the right, he's running down the left. He can play that number 7 as he wears the number 7 shirt as well. He is a good player, so I think it'll be a good game, and Portsmouth are going to make a double change. It looks like here with Ellis Harrison coming on. One of the changes there. Could this be a change in formation for Portsmouth? Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, it certainly looks like there might be a change of formation. Didn't see who the second substitute was. I think Ryan's just going to find that out now. But yeah, I mean, I would love to be a fly on both dressing rooms right now to find out what was said. I mean, I'm going to ask Ryan this in a second on what he thinks Ryan Lowe would have said. I'm just seeing the substitutes now coming on, actually. So Ramos Nicolaison's gone off, and Jack Watmore's come on. That's one change. That's a like for like, isn't it? Yeah. And then Ben Close has come off, and he's bringing on Alice Harrison. So I'm just going to pass you over to Ryan now, so he can tell you a bit more about that.
Yeah, Jack Watmore slotting back into centre back where he's favoured. Ellis Harrison, who is more of an attacking midfielder, maybe winger, but so I think this could be a change in fortune for them. But I am going to quickly run you through the two teams again. So Mike Cooper in goal for Argyle with Will Aimson, Apoku, Callum Watts, Joe Edwards, Palucci Kamara, Therese Forna, Danny Mayer, George Cooper, Frank Newbley, Ryan Hardy. And on the bench is Scott Wooten, Niall Canavan, Dom Telford, Ben Reeves, Connor Grant, Luke McCormick, and Timmy Abraham. And for the Portsmouth team, it's Craig McElvery, Johnson. It's now Ruggett, Jack Watmore, who's just come on for Nicholson, Cameron Pring, Harness, Ben Close, who's just gone off there for Ellis Harrison, Tom Naylor, Andy Cannon. It's also John Marquis and Ryan Williams with Paul Downing on the bench. They've got Bryn Morris, Geordie Hurula, Alex Bass, the former Torquay United loanee, and Haj Manoga, as Argyle have kicked off, and Mike Cooper's just kicked the ball upfield. So Portsmouth is coming down that left-hand side now, which is what they were doing in the first half. It's now with Cannon to Williams, who's just crossed it in, but it's cleared. And Ryan Hardy's just lost control of the ball there. Didn't do really well, but we were away there. But Callum Johnson's running down the right side. It's now with the Cameron Pring, who is actually on loan for Bristol City, actually. But so Argyle have just won a goal kick after John Marquis has just played the forward ball into Ellis Harrison, but it was quite comfortably shielded out of play by the Argyle defence. Argyle have now got the ball. Ryan Hardy's just won it in the air twice, but it's now coming down this right-hand side where Argyle were going to take this throw-in, where Joe Edwards will take. So he's played it down to Frank Newbley, but Newbley's tried to be strong, but Ryan Williams is just outstrengthed everyone, but Frank Newbley won it back. But Argyle do have the ball back with Therese Funner, I think that was. Oh no, it was Panucci Kamara, but Portsmouth had just cleared it upfield and it's just gone out of play for a Argyle throw in. Tom Naylor has actually made the most passes for Portsmouth this season. Joe Edwards has just thrown it down the right hand side, but he didn't reach anyone in the Argyle green. But it's now Cameron Pring, Ryan Williams, Ellis Harrison just had a shot, but it's blocked. But Mike Cooper has now got it quite comfortably. And now it's with Therese Funner, who's just been bundled off the ball. But lucky enough, the referee was quick to give Argyle a throw-in.
Yeah, it looks like there's a bit of pace coming. Harrison's come in. He's almost slotted in just in front of Marquis, and Marquis is sitting a bit deeper, almost playing a sort of attacking midfield role. And straight away, they're looking a bit more energised, and they seem to be attacking Argyle more, quicker to close them down. And I think that's where maybe they faltered in the first half. They didn't close us down quick enough, which gave us too much time to play the ball. Williams has just won it back now, actually. Marcus has got it, gone round one, but Argyle got it away again. To you, Ryan.
Yeah, Therese Fornard just won the ball there. Played it out to Danny Mayer, but it's now with George Cooper. Now with Danny Mayer, who has been brilliant this season. It's now with Panucci Kamara. No, Therese Fornard, actually. It's now with Joe Edwards. Now it's with Panucci Kamara, who's played it inside to Danny Mayer. No, George Cooper. And he's had a shot, and it's been quite comfortably saved there by Craig McElvery. But Danny Mayer's had another shot. And Argyle have just had another shot there by Frank Newbley. But it was quite a good save there by Craig McElvery in a double save. But he did really well to get down to his left, well, to his right, actually. But he did well to save from George Cooper. Oh, it was actually Ryan Hardy who had the shot there. And it was actually blocked on the line by Cameron Pring on the goal, well, a couple yards off the line. But Craig McElvery's just played it downfield, but Will Aimson was there and he's just cleared it out for a Portsmouth throw-in who are coming down that right-hand side now. But the ball is now with Mike Cooper in the Argyle goal, who's doing really well in his first season as a first-team goalkeeper for Argyle. He was back up to the to the West Bromwich Albion loan goalkeeper who loaned him out to Argyle, who is now at Lincoln. So he's doing really well there, Alex Palmer. But Portsmouth are here with Ellis Harrison, Cameron Pring, who's just misjudged it, but he's just got the ball. He's now played it straight out of play for an Argyle throw-in.
Yeah, going back to that Argyle shot chance there. Cooper, maybe 25 yards out, had a crack at the go. It kind of looked really that maybe McGillivray could have caught the ball, but he didn't. He chose to parry it back out. And then obviously, I think it was at Mayo who ran in at the second shot. Mayo had a right across the box, come to Hardy. I don't know if he could have maybe done a bit more of it, maybe chipped the keeper. He went under the keeper's body, but right beyond the keeper was Pring, who has had a good game, and he saved Portsmouth from going 2-0 down. Still 1-0.
Yeah, 1-0 to the Greens. As George Cooper is down the left-hand side. Callum Watts has just played it down to Frank Nublet, but Portsmouth do clear. And it's Naylor just played it out to the left-hand side where Ryan Williams is. And he's crossed it in, but Mike Cooper's done really well there. Good positioning and quite comfortably caught the ball from a good cross in. But Argyle have got the ball back, but we've now just won a free kick just inside the Portsmouth half. I'm really impressed with Mike Cooper's positioning there. I mean, this is probably one of his biggest games of the season. He has done well. Therese Fonar there with the ball. It's given to Callum Watts, who's lifted it over to Cooper, who's just whipped it into Craig McElvery's hands, but it was already out of play. And Craig McElvery was behind the goal. So, we might just hear a bit of commentary from Sky Sports because Fudgy, my stepdad and my mum's dog, just turned the volume up, but it's fine. And that's who you can see running around in the background behind me and Steve. And now she's making an entrance there, trying to lick Steve's face. But Argyle do have the ball here with Callum Watts, who's just played it down the left-hand side to Frank Nublet, but it's just bounced off him and gone out of play for a Portsmouth throw-in. But Portsmouth are trying to take the throw-in in the wrong position. It was right in front of Kenny Jackett where the ball went out. And it's Callum Johnson. He's just played it to Reggett, who's played it out to Cameron Pring. Now Will Ameson's going down the right-hand side. Played it a bit behind Joe Edwards there, but Portsmouth did get it back, and they've just won themselves a free kick there after a foul from Joe Edwards. Portsmouth did take their free kick really quickly, but it went straight through to Michael Cooper. And the ball with George Cooper, he's just picked up the ball and he's just played it all the way down the pitch. It's now back in the defence with Argyle. Joe Edwards, who is a very versatile player. He's just been fouled, but Frank Nublet's just played it out to the left-hand side. So the referee played a good advantage there. George Cooper's cut in, but he's played a really awful ball there to Therese Fonar. And Frank Nublet's just bundled his man over. And Portsmouth do have a free kick.
Yeah, it's Portsmouth seem to be playing a lot wider. They're switching the ball, and I've definitely noticed this half. Their hunger as well. They're closing Argyle down a lot quicker this half, and that's a little bit scary because Argyle were coasting first half, and they seem to have more of the ball this half. Portsmouth, so we'll see what pans out here. They're just going over the halfway line now, right?
Yeah, it's now down the right-hand side. And the ball's been whipped into the box, but Portsmouth are appealing for a penalty, but referee waves away, no chance of that. It could be a free kick on the edge. No. Portsmouth are still coming down that right-hand side, but Argyle got it clear, but now it's back in from Johnson. But, there's a high foot there by Apoku on Ellis Harrison. And I think, I'd honestly think, no, it's Therese Fonard who's just fouled him there. And I do think Therese Fonard could go into the book here because it is the penalty appeal that Portsmouth just had there. I've just seen the replay back on it. Ellis Harrison's going down before he's even got anywhere near the ball. There is a free kick. Free kick 20 yards out from goal. There is a 5-man wall with George Cooper slightly off it. John Marquis is over it. And there is also Harness, I think, is over it as well. And John Marquis has took it straight into the wall. And his second shot went straight through the rest of the pitch, through the rest of the wall, and went wide of the goal.
Yeah, great chance there for Portsmouth. Marquis didn't manage to clear the wall on the first shot. Come back to him, and he just had a snap at it, and it was some pace on it. It was along the floor, but it was luckily for Argyle, it was just a little bit to the left of Cooper's post. Remains 1-0, but yeah, there is signs that Portsmouth are improving this half, and I mean they had to really. But yeah, looking a bit more dangerous now. See how Argyle can cope with it. Back at Harrison, they've gone forward, but was pulled up. Free kick, maybe?
Yep, Ellis Harrison was offside there. He just went a bit further, but Williamson's just took it and it's played it back to Cooper. It's now with Callum Watts, who's played it down the right-hand side. And it's a great flick on by Ryan Hardy, but Frank Nublet is flagged up for offside, which Craig McElvery is going to take the free kick for Portsmouth. And he's going to play it out to this left-hand side. And Ryan Williams has just picked up the ball after ball. Great save there. Naylor's just had a very good shot, and Michael Cooper in the Argyle goal has made one of the best saves in his short career. I don't think he knew too much about it, but Naylor has done really well. He's pushed it up and put it over the bar, so it's a good save there from Mike Cooper. It's a corner to Portsmouth there. Taken, I couldn't see who it was taken by that time, but Portsmouth have got a penalty. There's a handball, and Argyle are appealing. Jack Watmore's the one that went up for the header, but I don't think this was a penalty, but I'm just looking at this back. Yeah. It is a blatant penalty. He had his arms up. Yeah, Callum Watts has been penalised there. Jack Watmore with the header. Callum Watts was blocking the ball with his hands. The referee, Charlie Breakspear, has pointed to the spot where John Marquis, who is Portsmouth striker, is going to take this penalty. Good penalty. Good penalty there from John Marquis. Mike Cooper did go the right way. It is Plymouth Argyle 1, Portsmouth 1. John Marquis scoring after 63 minutes. Good penalty right in the corner.
Yeah, they were looking dangerous from one second half really, and I mean that warning shot a minute ago from Marquez. I mean it was coming, and I mean penalty, definitely a penalty. You don't jump up with your arms in the air because you're looking for it really. But yeah, well taken. Left down the left, right in the left hand corner. Cooper went the right way, but was nowhere near it. Okay, one each. Game on.
As Argyle have just made a change, Dom Telford, the shortest striker of the four strikers that Argyle have, and Ryan Hardy's gone off. Sorry, there's a bit of movement there from Steve. He's just sorting my mum out with some biscuits. Argyle do have a throw in down this right hand side. Joe Edwards is tuck, but Argyle have lost it. But Argyle, Portsmouth are in again here with Ellis Harrison. He's run down the right hand side, but lucky he slipped over as he bundled it out, tried to clear it, but Cameron Pring has got the ball. I mean, Portsmouth have come into this a lot better this second half. I mean, the goal was coming after John Marquis had that shot.
Oh.
And Tom Naylor has just put Portsmouth 2-1 up. The ball from Cameron Pring has just played it to the edge of the box. Tom Naylor struck it sweetly from the edge of the box, and it's put Portsmouth 2-1 up. Oh, actually, it was Cannon.
Yeah, it was Cannon that crossed that ball in. Lovely cross, and don't know if it was the Argyle mishit it, and then it come to Naylor, and he just belted it. Oh, it was number 12 for us. All right, 112, then 30. It must have been George Cooper. George Cooper, 32. He kind of went in, missed it, come to Naylor, and he just walloped it. 2-1 to Portsmouth, and I think now it's time for Argyle to make a substitute.
Yeah, it looks like Argyle are going to make another substitute. I mean, Dom Telford's on for Ryan Hardy. I think that might have been a bit of a wrong time to do it. But we're in with Frank Nublet at the moment, and he's still got the ball down the left-hand side. George Cooper's just gone. Hit it. No! He's hit it over the bar there. Panucci, Kamara. It's just buried that into Rose Ed, but Argyle are set to make a second substitution. I don't know who it is. Oh, it'll be Connor Grant coming on for Therese Fonard. I think Therese has had a bit of a quiet game tonight. Connor Grant, who loves to score worldies, and he is a very good, talented former Everton man. He's now on for the last quarter of the game. Argyle with just won a free kick. Nope. Refs played the advantage. Joe Edwards just been bundled over. But it was a very good tackle there by Cameron Pringle. But Argyle would now... Well, Pring. And it's now with Kellen Watts coming down this left-hand side. Kellen Watts is trying to find someone, but Jerome Wapoku back at central centre-back. Now with Royal Aimson, Panucci Kamara. It's now Pompey. And now Argo have to counter on this. Connor Grant there, got it. He's just played it out to Callum Watts. It's now with George Cooper, who's just been sandwiched. But Argo do win themselves a free kick. Charlie Breakspear did say that there was no card in that for us. There's Timmy Abraham, the brother of Tammy Abraham, the Chelsea striker. Well, Timmy's on loan from Fulham, which is just down the road from Chelsea. Ryan Lowe's not looking too happy, but Argo have just had a free kick, which George Cooper has just whipped in, but Frank Nuble's just headed over the bar.
Yeah, it's certainly a bit of a reversal. Reversal this half. Bit of a reversal this half. It seems that Portsmouth are having all the play. Well, let's hope we can do something. Now, Connor Grant's in the middle. Connor's a very, very good player. Hopefully, he can steady the ship and. Because I think we need to pass it a bit more now. It looks as though they're still pushing, closing us down really, really quickly, which Portsmouth weren't doing in the first half. Since they've done it, it's almost like it's kind of rocked our boat a little bit, and we need to study it again a bit more.
As Panucci Kamara has just nearly lost the ball there, but Callum Watts has just played a 1-2 with the Portsmouth striker there, which was Ryan Williams. It's now with Will Aimson, who's in the Portsmouth half. He's found Frank Nuble, but Frank Nuble's left it because he's seen George Cooper behind, but Portsmouth are getting this clear. And
He could be booked for that. He could be booked for that. Tucking from behind and everything.
ooh,
He's very lucky.
I don't think this is a foul for Portsmouth. I think this should be the other way.
No, he took him from behind, right? Or was it going the other way?
No. Jerome Opoku is being booked here.
Yeah.
But in first thought, I thought that. He's
what? He went for the back of him. Oh, yeah.
He didn't touch him.
He whacked him on the head, didn't he?
I don't think he touched him, but we'll move on. Portsmouth do have a free kick. The linesman was waving his flag, which Cameron Pring is over. He's going to whip this in. If he whips it in with a bit of pace, Marquis is going to. Raggett was offside there.
Jump with the keeper as well.
Yeah, he did jump with Mike Cooper, but I think Raggett was more offside. Oh, he did catch Mike Cooper. No, he wasn't offside, so he must have. Yeah, he's caught Mike Cooper in the face, but lucky enough, Cooper's a strong man. Argo are looking a bit dangerous from Portsmouth now, but Jack Watmore's got the ball there now. He's just cleared it upfield. Argo were looking dead now, but lucky enough, Connor Grant picked that out. That's a foul. That's a blatant foul. That's a booking as well. It's got to be a booking for Andy Cannon. Yeah, the referee is doing the right thing there, deliberately stopping the play. but I think Danny Mayor's done well there. He's clipped him right on the deliberately fouling him, and it's been awful. But Jerome Opoku's got the ball now. Callum Watts, Connor Grant plays it out to the right hand side where Will Aimson is. Jerome Opoku's got it now. Come on, Argyle. Last 17. Opoku's now just playing it around, but he's played it to Will Aimson, who's found no one.
Too easy.
And Argyle are not fighting for this anymore. And Argyle have got it back after Cameron Pring's just played it out. But Will Aimson's come into the middle of the midfield there. But Callum Watts has just played it down the left-hand side where Dom Telford is. Dom Telford is shrugged off Jack Watmore. He's trying to win himself.
Yeah, well done, Dom.
And he's just won Argyle a corner ball. Very well done there, Dom Telford.
Yeah.
Someone that Steve doesn't like very well. But I thought he did really well there. And to be honest, I actually do rate him.
Yeah, he's not my first choice of player for Argyle, but he did well there. So back to the corner,
which Cooper has just took, and it's come back out to Will Ames, Joe Edwards, but George Cooper's there. He's whipped it back in. That's another corner, that, isn't it? Well, obviously, it looks like Telford's won the header above with Cameron Pring, and he has. Oh, I think it is. Should have been another corner. Oh no, he doesn't. He actually does win the ball there. But Craig McAlvery is just played it downfield. Portsmouth missed it, but it's through to Mike Cooper. Will Aimson down the right hand side, plays it to nobody, but Joe Edwards has got it. But now it's with Connor Grant. Callum Watts, who's running forward. He's crossed it in. It's come to Joe Edwards.
No shot. Come on.
Panucci Kamara. Frank Nubley, who is on the right-hand side. Panucci Kamara is there. But Danny Mayer is looking to shoot, but the Portsmouth are in there. Panucci Kamara has just played the ball in, but
that was a good cross.
It was a good cross by the central midfielder who came from Crawley. But Portsmouth are on the attack now. It's now with Ryan Williams coming into the Argyle box.
Yeah,
but
well,
Callum Watt, Will Aimson has done well, nicked the ball off him, and it's
for a break now.
Argyle are now on the attack with Danny Mayer, who's played it out to Panucci Kamara, who's playing more of a winger in this now. But Grant's just played it out to Edwards. Grant, what a good ball that. That was a good ball in, but Argyle do have the ball still with Callum Watts. And Argyle have just won a free kick in a very dangerous area from a foul from Ellis Harrison.
Yeah, they've stepped up again. Argyle, the last few minutes, have stepped up again. They got themselves a free kick now in a dangerous area. It looks like Ryan Lowe's having words with somebody at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like Ben Reeves is set to come on there. Don't know who would come off though. But Danny Mayer and George Cooper are over this free kick. And George Cooper's played it really deep. Yes! Get in there! No, Apoku. That the goalkeeping there was poor from a very good Dom Telford. Very good header back across to Jerome Apoku, and I think he's just chested it. Has he chested it in? Yeah, well, off the lower abdomen, and it's now Plymouth Argyle 2, Portsmouth 2. Game on! Good ball that was by George Cooper there, but he's not been the bright spark of the game, but he proved to be a very, very, very intelligent cross there from the free kick. But Portsmouth are now coming out at us again, but Jack Watmore's just played it through, and it's just gone into John Marquis, who's just played it against Ryan Williams, but it's back with Argyle with Mike Cooper. Callum Watts, who did really well there to get Argyle that free kick, has just lost the ball there, but he did really well. Portsmouth have it with Callum Johnson now. Now it's with Jack Watmore, back with Craig McElvery. Craig's now ushering his players to go forward. It's come out to this left-hand side where Will Ameson's won the header, and then it's just fell to Argyle, but Argyle do have a free kick after John Marquis has fouled Callum Watts there, but Will Ameson here on the right-hand side of a free at the back plays it to Joe Edwards. Now it's with Jerome Opoku, who has got his first goal of the season for Argyle. Danny Mayer doing a bit too much trickery there, has lost the ball to Harness, but Argyle have won it back, and Argyle have now got it with Frank Newbley, Danny Mayer, George Cooper, Dom Telford, who is like 5'6". It's just won Argyle another free kick in just inside the Argyle, just inside the Portsmouth half. I think if Cooper delivers another ball like that again, and the goalkeeper misjudges it, could be 3-2 here. We're into the last 10 minutes of the game. Come on, Cooper. George Cooper, that is. I mean, Danny Mayer's just played it into Frank Newbley. Connor Grant just had a shot, but it's blocked. But it's come out to Joe Edwards, who's played it out to Danny Mayer, who's trying to take on Harness, and who has been very quiet in this game. Who is one of Portsmouth's key players, I'd say. But Argyle do have a throw-in. But it's now with Jerome Opoku in the Portsmouth half now. It's with Connor Grant, Jerome Opoku. Oh no, it was Callum Watts, Ameson, Panucci Kamara, who's just played it behind Jerome Opoku there. But Jerome Opoku's just played it out to this right-hand side. Brilliant. Where Joe Edwards is, and Joe Edwards tried to cross this, but Cameron Pring has just handled the ball after Joe Edwards has crossed it. So it's a free kick to Argyle in a very dangerous area.
Yeah, 8 minutes to go now, and anybody's game still back on even keel, Argyle. And really, the last 10 minutes they've been looking the better side, but you can't take anything away from Portsmouth. They fought back. They got themselves in front, and they were looking dangerous. They were looking dangerous. I think Lowe made the right decision bringing on Thomas Alfred and
Yeah. George Cooper just took the free kick. It was a very high ball this time again, but it was over everyone, and it's gone out for a goal kick. So Ben Reeves is going to come on here. I'm not sure who he'd take off, but it's Panucci Kamara that's coming off for Ben Reeves. I think this is more to settle the ship. I mean, both sides are going for this. I think 2-2 would be the fair result at the moment. I mean, no side's been the best. Yeah, we had the best first half. Portsmouth have had the best of the second half. Well, they're winning the second half 2-1. We won the first half 1-0, but it's not a game of it's a game of two halves, not just the one half. As Conor Grant there, Ben Reeves just got taken down there by Cameron Pring. So Argyle have a free kick in their own half. Conor Grant's just played it out to Callum Watts, who's played it down to Dom Telford, but didn't find him. George Cooper now will find him. Dom Telford now running down this left-hand side. Plays it into Frank Nuble. It's now with Conor Grant, who is whipping it in. And it's come to Ben Reeves, but he has handballed that. And it is a free kick to... Well, and the referee is calling both Ben Reeves and he has booked Tom Naylor and Ben Reeves there, the referee. I think it's the right decision. Ben Reeves was trying to kick the ball away to stop the play, stop them taking a quick free kick. But I think Naylor was wanting to take it quickly, and they were having none of it, and there was a bit of handbags, but lucky enough, Argyle didn't suffer a sending off from that, so I'd take a yellow card for that. So Argyle just got it now with Jerome Wapoku. Will Aimson, who has probably been one of the best of the three centre backs with Callum Watts, but Dom Telford, who was down the right hand side there, was unfortunate to keep that in. We've got 4 minutes of normal time to play with. I've now just seen the replay of the Ben Reeves and Tom Naylor yellow card, and to be honest, there was nothing in it, but Ben Reeves was trying to waste a bit of time, which you would at this time when you're 2-2 with a very good side, I'd say, with Portsmouth. And Tom Naylor, who is an experienced pro in the game, shouldn't have done it, but he is Portsmouth's captain as well, which he should be setting example to the younger generation of the game. But it's now with Will Aimson, who's just played it in there to Danny Mayer, I think it is.
Oh, good ball.
Mayer's just played it into... Oh, well nicked. Played right too much in front of him. Penalty? No! Frank Nuble obviously jumped into Jack Watmore, and Watmore's jumped to the floor, as he does. and he did shove him in the back. So free kick to Portsmouth, which Craig McAlvery will take. Yeah, and Sky Sports have given the man of the match, their man of the match, to Danny Mayer. And I'm going to say Danny Mayer has had probably the best game in an Argyle shirt.
Yeah, I agree with that. Mayor probably deserves man of the match. I mean, obviously, as you mentioned, Will Aimson has a fantastic game. George Cooper as well. He's had a good game. So it could have gone to anyone. But then saying that, there's some Pompey players that had good games. Pring has been brilliant at the back for Pompey, I think. Naylor, obviously. I want to pass you back because Pompey have got the game at the moment.
Yeah, Callum Johnson's just whipped the ball in, but it's come off of the arm of Ryan Williams is down injured here. Oh, looks like he's feeling a bit of cramp, but he looks like he's going to go off anyway, because Charlie Breakspear has actually said that he needs to be substituted. He has probably been Portsmouth's best player.
Yeah, I agree.
He's gone off to the... Yeah, Ryan Williams has felt something here, and they have told Portsmouth to make a substitute, and they're going to bring on the very youngster of Haji Mononga. Don't know very much about him, but he is just come on. He's going to take this throw in, I think. So I think they've just gone and matched Argyle. So we're into 5 minutes of added on time, and his throw in was straight in the air, but Argyle lose possession, but have it back. And the ball has now gone out of play, or no, it's a free kick. Portsmouth have got a free kick here. Portsmouth have been wanting to score a last minute equaliser winner here after what Argyle did 4 years ago in the playoff semi-final where Peter Hartley scored. The ball's been whipped in, but it's really low, and it didn't really test Argyle. And Argyle were in here if, well, Dom Telford couldn't get to it but it's back with Callum Watts here. He's played it down the line to... No, he's played it out of play. And we're into the second minute of the 5 minutes added on. Argyle have got the ball, and it's just a bit of ping pong now with the ball now. I don't think either side wants to lose this. And I think Kenny Jackett would probably be a bit of happier of the two managers after going 1-0 down and bringing it back to 2-1 and then 2-2. But both teams don't lose their unbeaten home and away records, which were intact up until this game. But it looks like Argyle is settling for a draw here. I would have took a point before the game. I mean, I would have wanted all three as a big, massive Argyle fan and gloat around Portsmouth and all that. But Argyle do have the ball with Frank Nublet, but no, the ball's just gone out of play off of Frank Nublet, so it is a throw in to Portsmouth. Argyle have got the ball back with Frank Nublet, who's tried to find, but Argyle do have a free kick. We have probably played really well. We have not probably about it. We have played really well first half. This second half has died down, but Argyle have got a free kick in the Portsmouth box, but we have just took a free kick quite short, and everyone's in the box. Oh, unlucky there, Joe Edwards, but should have played that ball in the box, I think, in my opinion. Portsmouth have just knocked it forward. We're into the 5th minute of the 5 added on. So there's about 40 seconds left. I think it's a fair result. I think Ryan Lowe will be a bit gutted that Portsmouth did take a 2-1 lead. Well, I think Argyle have done really well. I mean, Argyle have got a last chance here. Joe Edwards, it's going to be whipped back in. No, Ben Reeves has just been ushered off the ball. It's a goal kick to Portsmouth, which Craig McElvery will take, and that should be the full-time whistle. Yeah. So full-time at home park. It's Plymouth Argyle 2, Portsmouth 2. Both teams keep their unbeaten records intact. Argyle have not lost at home this season. Portsmouth have not lost away from home. So I think it's the fair result. I mean, Portsmouth have been very good away from home. They've won 3 of the last 5 away games, drawn the other 2 now. So I think this is it was a good game for a neutral. I think Argyle did well in the first half. Ryan Lowe there shaking hands with all the Argyle players and fist pumping and shaking hands with the Portsmouth players, which is very nice of him. I mean, it's respectful. And I think Argyle will be happy to have got a point from Portsmouth. I think Kenny Jackett doesn't look too happy, but I'd be happy if I was Kenny Jackett. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, would I like to be Kenny Jackett? Yeah, probably with his money he's on. But no, I happen to agree with you. I think it was a fair result on the play. Argyle took the first half. Pompey took the second half. It was some very good passing from both teams. It almost seemed like Portsmouth had a couple more gears that they can come up second half, and they did exactly that. And they could have won the game more, but it was lucky that Argyle pushed again last 10 minutes and managed to get the equaliser. And I didn't really see a winner after that. I think they both decided, a draw is a fair result. There was a couple of half chances, but nothing like it was. So yeah, it's so the way it happens now is 6th place. Pompey's up to 6th now from 7th, and I think I saw Argyle in 9th still. 8th. So Argyle moves up to place to 8th, and Pompey moves up to place to 6th. Hoping we can get John in at some stage and to have a chat with him from a Portsmouth side of things. I think Ryan Lowe will be fairly happy with that result. I mean, still unbeaten at home, and I think Kenny Jackett will be fairly happy. Danny Mayer definitely deserved, in my eyes, the man of the match today, and I will put my hand up and say Dominic Telford was a good substitute, and that's a rare thing for me to say because I don't particularly think the player is as good as what people think he is. But he done well. He done well. He come on today. He was holding the ball up well, along with Conor Grant. Also came on and looked really good. Ben Reeves got a run out as well. That was really good. And yep, let's see if we can get John in now. All right, and we'll get John's view on things.
And I'm just going to bring in John again. So, good evening, John.
Hi there, how are you?
What a good game of football that was.
Yeah, it was a good game. If I'm honest, first half you sort of had the better of it. We tweaked our formation in the second half. Could have gone either way near the end. It was enjoyable to watch. That's the main thing. I'm happy with the draw. I'm always happy with the draw away from home.
Well, yeah, you got to be, aren't you? I mean, what they say is anyone that does actually get a point away from home and win their home games, it's promotion, isn't it?
Yeah,
promotion form.
It was always going to be a difficult game tonight. I mean, we had one of the best away records in the division. You had the best home record, so it was always going to be tight. So, I think for both teams, it wasn't a bad result. It just shows that Kenny Jackett's a good manager. He knows how to tweak things. We tweaked it a bit the second half. I mean, Nicholson was a bit at fault for that, our first goal, even though Raggett scored the own goal. And he tried 2 up front with Marcus and Harrison, and we looked better in the second half. I mean, I like that Mayer of yours. He definitely deserved man of the match.
Yeah, totally respectful. I thought Will Aimson, our right-sided of the 3 centre-backs, was really good as well. Callum Watts was really good down the left side. So there was some good names. I mean, Ryan Williams, who is a very good attacking midfielder now, is a good player. I mean, I don't think that anyone could be at fault for any of them games.
No, at the end of the day, I think both teams are going to be there or thereabouts at the end of the season. It's a long way to go yet. So I don't think any team's going to be upset with 2-2. I mean, obviously, being the home team, we might be a little bit more upset, but it's the way things are. It was an enjoyable game. I enjoyed it, and I think most people who watched it would have enjoyed it.
I was actually quite happy. I know it's 2 points dropped at home, but I'm happy that we didn't lose. I mean, we did go 2-1 down, and I was just thinking, where are we going to find an equaliser from? But we did find one from Dom Telford crossing it, headering it back across for Jerome Apoku to put home from minimal yards out from with his abdomen, lower side of his belly. But I think it was a fair result. I mean, Craig McElvery, is he really a decent keeper, or is he?
He is good. He is a good keeper. But every keeper, every striker, doesn't matter how good you are, everyone makes mistakes. That's part and parcel of the game. It's part of being human. And of course, you're under pressure from other players to stop you playing at your best. But I mean, all round, we started the season quite slowly, and we're starting to adapt to games without fans. Because the thing with Portsmouth is we're used to playing in front of passionate fans at home, 18,000 away. We always take a lot away, and we always make a lot of noise. So it's a bit alien for our players. I mean, some of the smaller clubs like your Accringtons and all this sort of stuff, and blah blah blah, and they're more used to playing with crowds that don't make noise. So it's a bit. Our players are trying to adjust to that, I think.
Yeah. So Steve's going to have a say now.
Yeah, well, thank you, John, first of all. I think possibly McGilwray was at fault for the second goal. It almost like he come off his line and it sort of dipped over behind him and it just sort of palmed it. I think if he had gone one step further, he probably could have caught that, really, and that would have obviously changed the game. I'm glad he didn't, mind you, though.
I bet you are.
But yeah, players that stuck out for me.
Mistakes in games, you wouldn't have anything to talk about, would you? That's the thing. And you've got to
Exactly.
players are under pressure, so they're under pressure to make mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. But a couple of players that really stood out for me from the Portsmouth side. Williams, fantastic. What a runner. He ran for the whole match until he literally fell over, which looked like cramp at the last couple of minutes of the game. But Pring, oh my God, what a defender. He stopped that goal from going in from Ryan Hardy, went under the keeper.
Stop that, I never know.
Oh, fantastic. He worked his backside off, Pring. Very good player. I like him. But two players that shocked me tonight, Harness and Marquis. Very quiet.
Yeah, I mean, Harness was flitting in and out. He's one of those inconsistent players, but he's got undoubtedly got the talent. And Marquis, we all know he can score goals. I mean, that free kick he took, and then the actual return ball was even better when he got the half volley on it.
Absolutely.
Goal scoring, things either go or you don't. Sometimes it's one of those things.
Yeah. But yeah, overall,
he never stops running. He's absolutely brilliant, and he should have scored a few more goals this season. He's been a bit unlucky.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, another player I haven't mentioned is Naylor. I mean, just before he scored, he had the one that was parried by Cooper. So, and that was like a half volley, and that was a great shot as well.
Yeah, Naylor, I love him. He's an enforcer. He doesn't mess around. He plays the simple balls, but he gets stuck in, and he's the sort of enforcer of the team. You have to have players like that. But like you say, he had a good shot. That one that he struck straight at the goal. Mind you, it was straight at the goalie, but he caught it well, and I thought that was going in. But there again, he scored a good goal.
Absolutely. I mean, it almost seemed like first half, you weren't pushing Argyle, you weren't closing down quick enough. We were able to play the ball around, and we had the majority of the shots. But second half, when he changed the formation, you were a handful. You were an absolute handful until we put on Conor Grant and Don Telford.
Yeah, we've been a bit slow starters this season, funnily enough. But like you say, he did tweak the formation, and we seem to be playing better with a 4-4-2. So, and he hasn't played with a lot in his managerial stint with Pompey, but it seems to be benefiting us now. But there again, sometimes it's not about formations; it's about the players you've got and how they play with each other. And he made some changes, and we've got hungry players all round. We've got quite a good squad. And every player, because we've got a smaller squad, there's more hunger there, and there's like a closer unity amongst them all.
Excellent. Right, John, I can pass you back to Ryan now. Ryan will carry on with you now.
Okay, thanks, Steve.
Yeah, I thought. I rate Ryan Williams really high. I mean, I saw him play for Accrington, which is quite funny because he was actually on loan. If I remember correctly, he was actually on loan to Accrington from Fulham, or I think it was 3-4 years ago,
right.
Maybe even longer. But he really impressed me. I mean, his brother Reese, who's a centre back by trade, and I think it was to be honest, he was probably Pompey's best player in that game tonight.
Yeah, he does create a lot. He never, like you say, he never stops running, and he's been not scoring so many goals this season, but he creates a lot of chances for other people, and he draws players away from you and creates spaces and all this type of stuff. He's great for the team. He's a great player, and I think he's going to get better and better as the season goes on, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I think. I mean, he hasn't got nothing more to improve, in my opinion. But I mean, I don't watch Portsmouth week in, week out, unlike you do. You watch them week in, week out.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, he is good, and he'll get there. And we're lucky to have him, if I'm honest. But that's the thing we've got about our team this season. We've got a lot more pace up front, and we can create lots of problems that way. We've got pace all across the pitch. I mean, we've got Cannon, you've got Harness, you've got Williams, and even Marcus. I mean, he's not the fastest player, but he's got a lot of guard about him, and we're going to go places this season, I think. And we've got Pring, he's good at left back, and Johnson at right back. They're new additions this season, but they can put good crosses in, and they've got lots of energy as well. So you know, we've got quite a good squad, and it's still learning, and there's as ever, because we're Portsmouth, and you know, there's a lot of pressure on us from fans, sometimes undue pressure, and there's been a lot of anti-Jacket feeling amongst the fans because we missed out on the playoffs, which I feel is very unwarranted. He's got us in the playoffs twice. He's a very clever manager. He's done it with Mill, he's done it with Wolves, and I'm sure he can do it with us. And he's adjusting and handling the pressure of not just the fans, but you know, getting it right. And he will. He will. Jacket. A lot of fans accuse him of not playing attractive football. I mean, look at the players he's brought in, and stats last season. We won the top scorers and all that sort of thing. So he'll get there. We're so lucky to have Jacket at the moment. To have his professionalism and his knowledge, we're so lucky as a club to have him, especially in this pandemic and the way things are going.
Mm. So, and another thing, what did you think of the referee tonight as well, Charlie Breakspear? Did you think he had a really good game reffing that game?
Yeah, well, it was okay, but I must admit, I think that was a penalty for us, if I'm honest. I've always said penalties are hand to ball, not ball to hand. I mean, at the end of the day, Watmore headed it straight at his arm. So if I was a Plymouth fan, I'd feel a bit upset about it. I didn't think that was a penalty.
I looked at it.
Couldn't get it out. So I always thought penalties were meant to be hand to ball, but the ball went to the hand. He didn't stand a chance getting his hand out of the way.
His hand was out. So it was out, wasn't it? It's not. If it was down by his side, then yeah, I'd be a bit miffed at it. But I mean,
But it has to be,
I think
it has to be deliberate. The arm was already there. I mean, he couldn't move his
yeah.
arm out. I mean, you have to. But it's all part and parcel. But there's been a few contentious decisions like that with VAR and all that sort of things. But I've always, in my opinion, it should be hand to ball, and there was no deliberate strike from the hand. The hand was already there, and to me, I'd be upset if I was. But
Oh yeah, if that was Portsmouth and Argyle had got a penalty, you'd be the first to complain.
yeah, exactly. But that's football, and that's what makes it the game it is. And contentious. If it didn't have anything to talk about, then you didn't have that. You didn't have. It would be boring, wouldn't it? If everything was straightforward.
I'm just listening to Kenny Jackett and he's saying that Argyle do deserve something from the game. So that's fair play to him. I mean, he is a quality manager. He managed Millwall, Wolves. I mean, when he first joined Portsmouth, I thought, what a step down. Because obviously he joined when you were in League Two, didn't he?
No, when we were in League One. But I know where you're coming from. He dropped down the division to go to Pompey. I get that, and from that point of view, look at it as a drop down. But I think he realised the potential of the club and how big the club can be, and obviously the ambitions of the owners. And he knew that with the size of the club and the financial muscle that we've got compared to a lot of clubs in that division, we could most probably do things. So he's a very astute manager. He wouldn't have come there if he didn't think he could do it and he could get back to a higher level. And he will. I'm sure he will if he's given a chance.
Yeah, so thank you very much to you for joining us, John. It was really greatly appreciated. Thanks to my stepdad, Steve, for organising that, because it's just made this stream probably one of the best commentaries of games that I've done. So thank you very much, John, taking your time out of your
Pleasure.
evening, and hope you enjoyed the rest of the season.
Yeah, good luck for the rest of the season. Obviously, apart from when you play us again. But
which is not until February, I think, or maybe even April. But thank you very much, John, and we'll see you again soon.
Take care. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks.